All right, let's dive right into this really fascinating story about our planet's hidden history. Now, this comes from a source known as Bashar, and it paints this incredible picture, a cosmic narrative that goes back millions of years and puts Earth right at the center of a huge galaxy-spanning drama.
And this statement right here, this is pretty much the key. Earth is the grand central station of recycling. That's the central idea behind this whole epic story. A story that tries to explain not just why we're here, but what our collective purpose might actually be. It's this idea that our world is a place for, well, profound second chances.
So, to really get a handle on this, we're going to walk through the story in 6 parts. We'll start with this idea of Earth as a do-over planet. Then, we'll jump back to Orion's ancient conflict, follow the trail of lost worlds, look at humanity's mythic past, see how Earth became this cosmic grand central, and then finally bring it all home to your role in this whole cycle. Okay, so first things first, let's unpack this central idea. What does it actually mean for Earth to be a do-over planet? I mean, it sounds intriguing, right? It's not just about a place, it's about a whole process.
So here's the core of it. The source explains that Earth is basically a place where what goes around comes around. It's like a cosmic environment that's been specifically set up to give souls endless chances to work through negative energy and turn it into something positive, to transform that darkness into light. You could say it's a planet built for second, third, maybe even fourth chances. But that begs a pretty big question, right? What energy needed to be recycled in the first place? Why was a do-over planet even necessary? Well, to get to the bottom of that, we've got to go way, way back, millions of years back in time, to the Orion star system. That's where this whole thing apparently got started.
So picture this, a world under immense, total suppression, ruled by this domineering trio of individuals. Naturally, a resistance movement springs up. They were called the Black League. But here's the problem. They tried to fight fire with fire. They used the exact same negative energy as their oppressors, and because of that, they failed. And in failing, they just made the whole conflict even worse. So the souls caught up in all this drama, well, they started looking for a new place, a new stage where they could finally sort out this profound darkness. Now, you'd think this journey of transformation would be straightforward, but it wasn't. They didn't just pack up and come straight to Earth. Nope. Their first attempts to resolve this mess, which happened right here in our own solar system, ended in absolute disaster. And this timeline really shows the pattern. So first, the Orion souls incarnated on a planet called Maldek. But guess what? The same old conflicts just bubbled right back up to the surface, and they ended up destroying the entire planet, which, according to this story, is what formed the asteroid belt we see today. So next up, they tried Mars. But again, that unresolved negative energy they were carrying attracted another cataclysm, this time an asteroid impact that literally blew away the planet's atmosphere. After all that, Earth was the last habitable option left, the last chance. Now here's a really interesting little detail that makes this whole thing possible. According to the source, our solar system wasn't always like it is today. Millions of years ago, our sun was a bit hotter and a little more massive. And what that did was place not just Earth, but Maldek and Mars all within the habitable Goldilocks zone at the same time.
Okay, so with Maldek and Mars out of the picture, Earth became the new stage. But there's a twist. Before the souls from Orion could even get here, the stage was set by a completely different group of extraterrestrials, the Anunnaki. And this is where the story of modern humanity really kicks off.
So, who were the Anunnaki? The source describes them as beings from a planet way out in the Cygnus constellation. And they didn't just show up randomly. No, they came here on a very specific and pretty desperate mission. They had a massive problem back on their homeworld. And it turns out their solution involved us.
So here's how it went down. The problem was their homeworld was basically dying, suffering from a massive ecological collapse. Their solution was, well, it was to come to Earth to mine gold. The plan was to atomize that gold and spread it in their atmosphere to reflect the sun's radiation and fix their climate. But the work was just too difficult, so they took a shortcut, a big one. They genetically engineered early hominins on Earth to create a workforce, which became Homo sapiens. Now, this was a huge violation of their own laws, and because of it, they were basically sentenced to guide humanity, becoming what some of our ancient scriptures call the fallen angels. Their fate became tied to ours.
So after modern humans were created, these incredible, almost mythic civilizations started to pop up. You had Lemuria, which was super intuitive, deeply connected to nature, and highly telepathic. And then you have Atlantis, which was much more structured and technological, focused on things like government and trade. But just like the planets before them, these great civilizations couldn't escape the cycle. Both eventually fell, wiped out by massive cataclysms.
And this brings us to a really crucial point. Earth's story isn't just one straight line. It's more like a busy intersection. It's the one place where all these different cosmic journeys, all these different cycles of failure and redemption all overlap and come together. The source actually describes our world as being a little busier than that, which I think is a great way to put it. Because all of these different groups are playing out their stories here, right now, all at the same time. You've got the original souls from Orion, you've got the Anunnaki trying to fix their mistake, you've got the souls from the destroyed planet Maldek, the souls from Mars, and there's even another group mentioned, the Greys. All of them are here, on this one planet, looking for resolution. And this great convergence is supposedly why Earth's history is just so intense. Think about it. The constant cycles of conflict, civilizations rising and falling, our own modern world wars. According to this narrative, all of that stuff is basically just an echo, a replay of these ancient cosmic dramas, all playing out on one little planet.
All right, so that's the backstory, and it's a huge one. But this is where we get to the most critical part. What does any of this immense, frankly unbelievable history, have to do with you, right here, right now? Well, according to the source, this isn't just ancient history anymore. It's all coming to a head right now. Humanity is standing on the brink of this incredible opportunity, a real chance to finally, after millions of years, break the cycle for good. We actually have the potential to put an end to this multi-million-year pattern of conflict and destruction. And if we do that, we become what the source calls the angels of Orion. We become the ones who finally transform that original darkness that kicked this whole long journey off in the first place.
So what does that path forward look like? Well, it starts with a conscious choice to just stop, to intentionally step out of those old destructive cycles. It's about taking all that ancient negativity we've inherited and actively transforming it into light and love. The ultimate goal here is to evolve our whole planet from this chaotic recycling station into a stable, guiding beacon of light for the rest of the cosmos.
And this quote really brings it all home. The big takeaway is that when you look in the mirror, you're not just seeing one person. Each of us is like an amalgamation. We're the heirs to this entire cosmic legacy. The stories of Orion, Maldek, Mars, the Anunnaki, they're not just stories out there. They're woven into the very fabric of who we are.
And so, that leaves us with one final and pretty profound question. This isn't just some ancient history lesson to be learned, it's a story that's waiting to be resolved. If you really are the heir to all of this, all the conflict, but also all the potential, then the choice of what happens next, well, it really rests with you. So what will you choose to transform?